Boy, has there been a lot of prices that fell out after the release. What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Dante here, back with yet another Digimon Market Watch. Okay, I'm gonna have to talk to some people real quick, and this stuff is getting out of control. And I don't mean the BT8. We'll get to it in a second here after we get finished our first two cards. So this one is going to be a little bit of a PSA. So I know I usually don't say this, but go ahead and share this video with people who do not, know the channel, know about the market watches, who wants to be informed about spending their money wisely. I am yet but one person. I do have experience with this kind of stuff, playing 10 different TCGs and just, going over the vast majority of them and kind of predicting what things are going to fluctuate when. I think my track record on this channel has been probably in the 80s to 90% of when I get stuff right. So please go ahead and share this video. And let's make sure that people don't get scammed by scalpers and people out there like that. So first things first, Alphamon is seeing a cooldown. We see Alphamon here stabilizing at 38. This card will probably stabilize around the $40 mark. If it goes below 35, that means Alphamon isn't doing anything. If it goes above 35 or 45, I'll be highly shocked. I'm just saying I'll be highly shocked. I think the new Alphamon coming in BT9 is probably a little more playable than this Alphamon, but you'll still play both of them. So just be wary of that. Omnimon, our boy Omnimon is back on the market watch after a few weeks. So Omnimon has been seeing a few people just posting, trying to undercut this $900 sale. We got a few listings here, $825, $845. If you're new to the channel, I always say if you can get this card near mint for $850 or $800 to $950 to $1,000, you get one. You get it PSA graded. You hope to get you a 9 or higher, and you put it away for about 5-10 years. When this card will probably be like $5,000-$6,000, just because it's it's the first of its kind. I think the only other ghost, quote unquote, that we're going to have is the Alphamon. I believe it is BT6 Alphamon. It's going to get like a gold black printing. But just to let you know, and these are one per 2 or 3 cases, I want to say. So these things are not easy to pull. Not at all. That's why this price point is so high. I remember the ratios, people saying it's 1 out of every 10 to 12 cases, but I heard that was hyperinflated because the Double Diamond had a small release and then a massive release after that. So it's like 1 out of every 3 to 4 cases, you'll pull one of these bad boys. You might even get lucky you pull 2 out of 3 cases. Who knows? So just be wary of that. This is a collector's card. Simple as that. So now comes to the PSA portion of it. I might get a little long-winded, but just hear me out. I'm an accountant. So when I see numbers like this, that makes no sense at all. Why are we paying $70 for a starter deck? Now, you can say, oh, Dante is out of print. Oh, my locals don't have it. Oh, it's just how it is. No. These decks have been MSRP $25 at most by Bandai. MSRP. So let's dig into this deck. So take this number right here. We're going to take $66. Simple. We're going to take $66. Let's dig into this deck. So right off the back here, you see all these right here? These are stamped. So none of these are in the deck. This is a total different rarity. It's not in the deck. This is not in the deck. This is not in the deck. This is not in the deck. So you see, the highest card right now that's in the deck is this Greymon. So let's go ahead and let's click on into it. We have, man, we can put what? We say, I'll meet you in the middle. We'll say 19. So we got 38 for just this. You get 2 of these, by the way. 2 in every deck. Let's go back. Now, we got this. The next biggest card. See, that's a promo. That's not even in the set. That's a promo. The next highest card in this set that is actually in, not this set, but this deck that's actually in this deck, these Agumons. Which is what? I'll put you at $1. So we got the 2 Greymons plus the 4 Agumons. So we'll go $4. That is 42. So we say what? 66. So yeah. So we're looking at somebody making a 27% profit. When you're in business and you're making more than a 20% profit, that's extraordinary. 20 to 25 is great. If I have something that is made, and it takes what? $5 to make. And I go out there and I sell it for, okay, what? $6.50. So I'm always getting back a quarter of what I put into it. So if I sell 4 of these, I made an instant profit of an entire item by itself. That's great in business. But when it comes to stuff like this, in principle, you're getting scammed. Let's go back to the deck. We took the low one, $66. We took the low one. 68, 69, 70. So people are now pushing 30% profit, 32% profit. This is scamming. I'm not big. You can say, oh, it's good business practice. When you're in corporate America, yeah. When you're in a card game to where the actual company puts this product out and says, hey guys, we went ahead and printed these cards and it cost us $7. We'll go ahead and we'll sell to you for, 12. All we want you to do is don't hike the prices up. So they said don't sell above 15, 16. But then somebody comes out and says, oh no, that deck is worth $40. What? No. This is getting out of control. These decks, look, Gaia Red is not worth this. It's not. If you're making a 10% profit, 12% profit, that's a great profit. If you're telling me that, okay, out of $100, I turned it around and made it $112. Then I take that $112 and I make it into, another what, $125? So every time I get 10% on top of that, that's great. 15%, that's great. Once you hit above that 20, that's when it gets outrageous. Think about like a car. If someone's like, yeah, I bought the car for $10,000, I sold to you for $11,000, that's 10%. Oh no, I sold to you for, we'll go ahead and say $12,000. Okay, 20%. What about 13? Why 13? But you spent 10. 14. What? 15. Okay, I don't want the card no more because now it's 50%. Do you see how crazy it gets? This is not worth it. Regardless of what you may say. You can literally go and buy a playset of those same Greymons for about the cost of one starter deck to where you only get 2. That's how insane this is. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the yellow starter deck, right? So it's sitting at about, let's see, I'll give you 40. Let's do 40. I think this one's a little more reasonable, right? So right here, you have this promo is not in the starter deck. This is not in the starter deck. This is a stamp. The highest card in this deck is the Patamons. Now, I don't think you knew that, huh? This Patamon here is the highest card in this starter deck at an uncommon, which you get 4 of them in this deck. So you get 4 of these Patamons. So we'll go ahead and we'll say, I'll give you 8. So we're looking at $32 right now. How much was this deck worth? Oh, this deck was worth 40. So right off the bat, 32 out of 40, not bad, right? So what's the next card that's in this deck? Okay, so now we have a Holy Flame. And you get 4 of these in the deck if I'm not mistaken. I think it's quantities of 4 for this one. Okay, $2. So now you're at 8. Now you're breaking even with this deck. This deck still shouldn't be this much. Why? Because the MSRP is 20 to 25 set by Bandai themselves. I wouldn't buy this deck. Why? Because first of all, if I buy it, I break literally even. And I'm spending $40 on commons and uncommons. Think about that. Think about how crazy that is. You want to spend $40 on a playset of commons and uncommons. Really? Come on now. That doesn't even make sense. What, like, seriously, that doesn't even make sense. Now, let's go ahead and go to the Coyote Blue, which I think is probably one of the more natural bumped starter decks. So, Coyote Blue, for people that don't know, the highest card up in here is the Kakaya's Breath. And it's sitting at about $10. So you get, I believe it's 2 of these. I think there's only 2 of these in this deck. So right now, $20 for a $28 struct. Okay, I even spot you and put you at 31. No. Can't even do that because we got 19 here that's unopened sitting at 27. So 27 is what we're going to go with. All right, that's a hard line right there. So 27. So 2 cards now makes up the value of the deck, right? So now this deck, 2 cards makes up 85% of the value of the deck. Now you got Kaiser Nail. Kaiser Nail is a $2 card to where you get 2 of these in it. Okay, not bad. Hammer Sparks, $2. You get 4 Hammer Sparks in this. This right here is the value if you want to take a starter deck. If you look at red, yellow, and blue starter decks for Digimon, the very first ones, and say which one is the more valuable one per my buck, it's the blue one. The blue one has multiple cards above that $2 mark. The other ones, not necessarily. No one plays Holy Flame. People are just now starting to play the Patamon and Mastermon. And then, not Mastermon, but Yellow Hybrid. That's why it spikes so hard. If Yellow Hybrid ever falls out of favor, that card would be like $1.50. And then you lost out on all that money. Just buying the blue deck, you make a profit. If you sold the deck and pieced it out, you made a profit. Cool. This is a reasonable cost for the starter deck. 25 to 30, I wouldn't pay no more than $30 for any one of these three. And I'm so serious. Do not pay scalpers and price gougers, and no, don't do that. This is MSRP 25. I believe on the website the MSRP 20s, but I'm gonna give you $5 just in case I am incorrect and it actually is 25. That's the MSRP. Don't let people scam you out of this. If your locals is not selling this at 20, 25, I even give them 30. Okay, we want to say, okay, yeah, give them 30, give them 30%. Okay, so they buy it for 20 and they sell it for 30. Okay, that should be the highest they go. If they're selling this deck for $40, if they're selling the heaven yellow deck for $45-$50, if they're selling this Gaia deck for $60-$70, they are scamming you. And I'm telling you this straight up. I care less what locals does it. My locals is literally selling all three of these decks for 25s. Why? Because if you get caught price gouging, you can lose all your benefits as a shop for this game. Simple. You can lose all your benefits. You need to let them know that that's price gouging. You are not allowed to do that. In some card games, if you price gouge for other card games that you're hosting, they will strip you of their card game thinking that you are price gouging as well. If you don't believe me, look at Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the perfect example. If you are reported, it's happened to a local before. If you're reported by, I think it was like Wizards of the Coast or something like that, for a different card game, for price gouging and, letting scalpers come and get, all the product, all of that kind of stuff, they pulled their support from you and say you had to buy from us like you was a customer. No longer vendor rights. We'll pull your tournament packs. We'll pull all kinds of stuff. Konami has done that before. I went to a shop to where that happened to before. Not my previous shop, but another shop. That has happened before. Let them know that this is price gouging. These prices are not what they are. Simple. And if you need to find another local that's another 5 minutes away from you, do so. My locals is 25 minutes away on a bad day. It's about 15 minutes away on a good day. If I have to drive out another 5 minutes, go to another local, if my local is price gouging, I will. That's stupid. If somebody's treating me better and they're 5 minutes away versus, versus somebody that, doesn't treat me as good and they're down the block, I go 5 minutes away and go with somebody else already. Customer service. Simple as that. Do not fall into these traps. Don't. The black one and the green one are sitting below MSRP. I saw that there are 17s a piece. These three should not be this high. And do not buy off a TCG player with all the... Don't do that. These are not worth it. If they're not selling for MSRP, if they're not selling it for $30 or less, do not buy this. And $30 is my absolute pinnacle of what I would go ahead and buy these for. Outside of that, they're not worth it. They're not worth it at all. You can say, well, you can buy a red one and you can sell both for the gray ones. Okay. I get that. But that's not what these decks are for. They're for to get people in the game. If new people are coming in and want to play a red deck and see that the starter deck is $65 on the shelf, they're going to get detoured from playing it. Simple. So people want to play colors. Okay? People's like, oh, My favorite Digimon. Okay, what favorite Digimon it is? Like me, Alphamon. Hey, I like Alphamon. I want to play black. I like Lilithmon. I want to play purple. But if it's expensive, it deters them from playing it, which means less people come to the game. Be wary of this. This is my PSA. Simple. I'm done ranting. Let's get into the market watch. Oh, how the mighty has fallen. Rapidmon, sitting at $11. One of the few cards that try to stabilize itself. I believe Rapidmon that we were seeing on pre-release was 20. Now it's half. I could be mistaken. I want to say maybe it was that $13, $14 card. So it fell a little bit, but it's trying to stabilize because of Rapidmon Yellow Hybrid. It's a good thing. It's a good deck. Alphonymon, if I'm not mistaken, was actually sitting at a $10 price point in pre-release. It's half. It's half. Black War Greymon is stabilizing. This card was a, $15 card, I want to say. It was somewhere around 15 bucks. And now it's sitting at about $9. Yeah, about $9. $8.50 to $9. It has fallen too. This deck, a lot of people really like. I know the ruling came out for it to where it's add up to 6 for Digimon and or Tamers. So it's one of those things to where it's not up to 6 of Tamers and up to 6 of Digimon. It's, yeah, you gotta get rid of the 2-3 Tamers and not the Digimon. Or get rid of the Digimon and the Tamer that equal up to 6. So it kind of nerfed them pretty hard. But that's what I heard the ruling was. If that's the ruling, it really hurt the man. It really did. It really did. So we gotta see what is the competitive ruling for this moving forward. This price might fall horribly if it does, but this is something a lot of people are pushing for. Even my friend Mario wants to come back into Digimon because of this deck specifically. Magnamon, it was sitting at 20. It's now sitting at $11.50, pushing 12. Remember when I told you don't buy the pre-releases? Yeah. I'm just keep that one there. Yeah. Imperiumon Fighter Mode. It was sitting at a $12 price point. It's now sitting at $5. Chimeramon is one of them cards that actually held it pretty well. Chimeramon was pushing $20 on pre-release. Now I said Chimeramon is one of them weird cards to where, depending on how it is in the metagame, it's going to retain some of its pre-release value. It's not going to tank like a lot of the cards will. And sure enough, come the day of pre-release, after I checked on pre-release, after declining a trade or a sell that I was trying to get into with some Chimeramons, they were 10s. They literally fell in half on pre-release day. Literally fell in half. Because people was finding out that you can pull 1 or 2 of these out of a box and people don't need more than 1 or 2. I mean, ideally you want to play 2, but people are like 2 is about the ideal number. So when you pull a box, when you buy a box and you pull 2, you pretty much don't need any more. So Chimeramon really is trying to stabilize here. It's good in every deck. You can play this in every deck. If you're playing a mono black deck, throw in Chimeramon. If you're playing a quad color Armor Rush deck, throw in Chimeramon. If you're playing a yellow hybrid deck, throw in Chimeramon. Chimeramon is one of those staple 5s that goes in every deck because A, it guarantees you another attack, and B, if it is 4K or higher, then I mean, if you got 4 more colors underneath it, and it includes his white as well. So the white and 3 different colors underneath it, it becomes 12K, and then you give all your opponents up to 40 Digimon minus 1K for every color underneath it. That means you can swing over some big Digimon. This thing can actually swing over Imperialmons, Dragon Balls at 13K. This thing can swing over a Mastermon at 13K. So this thing is pretty good. Having a couple of these is not bad. I think this is a great price point for it. Sitting at $13, you see somebody here with the $9.71 with the $5 shipping. Come on, y'all. Stop doing that cheapo stuff. Come on, like, do it right here. $1 shipping. Okay. Yo, shipping included. Okay. Stop with this, oh yeah, it's cheap, but guess what? It's all the shipping in. Stop that. Come on. Be realistic, y'all. Like, stop doing that. $1 shipping, and then put the real price up there. Stop all that. It's not going to put you at the top of the list because it goes based off of the total and not the actual price that you're trying to sell it for. Like, that trick don't work no more. TCG Player actually got rid of that trick. So, Chimera is one of them good cards that actually stabilizes very, very well. Yeah, if you want to pick up a couple of Chimera monsters, it's probably the best time to do so. You see it in a lot of decks if it ever gets in any kind of like big topping, event deck or regional deck or something like that, it'll go back up. It's like a $15 card. Honestly, it's a super rare. It'll stay between $10 and $15. I think, period. You can play this in any and everything. So, it just, period. Any and everything, you can play in an Alphamon. Throw it in an Alphamon. See how it works for you. Throw it in an Alphamon. Even though Alphamon wants to build up a stack, hey, you got 2 level 4s on there. You're like, and I can't get Alphamon this turn. Let me go to Chimeramon. And then just attack with an 8,000 beat stick. Like, hey, you never know. And then on top of that, it gives you a 5. And then it's for free when you DNA Digivolve. And then you can go on top of that. You can go on Alphamon on top of that. There you go. So it cheats out level 5s. This might be the staple level 5 to go to outside like maybe Mastermind. I've been seeing a lot of Mastermind decks opting not to play Chimeramon because they really want to play a lot of on-play abilities, and I get that. They want to try to rush Mastermind as fast as possible. So, yeah. So, it's one of the things that Chimeramon is, it has certain decks that people don't like to play in right now, but every other deck, you play Chimeramon. Chimeramon alternate art fell from its grace of $60. It is now sitting at a cool $35, $50, $37. I give you $37. So it's sitting at $37. It dropped about a third of its price. That's why you don't go for pre-sales. It's a seller's market, not a buyer's market. Buyer's market is probably right now. Now that everybody got their stuff, now that everybody's opened their boxes, now that everybody's winning on the set, this is probably the buyer's market right now because everything's low, everything's cheap. Get your stuff while it lasts. Imperialmon Paladin mode is sitting at $17. I think this card was $40, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say this card was $40 when we checked. Now I said maybe this card can keep its stability if Imperialmon does play it, because Imperialmon is going to be that top tier deck that everybody's going to try to go up against. That's why Yellow Hybrid became such a good thing, because it actually has a good matchup. It's like a 50-50 matchup when it comes to Imperialmon. Mastermind is more iffy. If they get rolling, if they put 2 level 4s on board, before you even establish a Mastermind, you're pretty much SOL. If you can establish a Mastermind before they get their 2 level 4s on board and constantly, chip away at their Digimon while stacking a big enough board to swing in for game, that's how Mastermind can win that kind of matchup. You gotta prevent them from establishing that Pyrodomon Jorgus evolution. Because once they do that and they go into Imperialmon, they go from 1 Digimon to 3. And then if they do it again, they go from 2 Digimon to 4. And then that's how they multiply across the board. So understand, like, Imperialmon is most likely the top dog. It is the top dog. Yellow Hybrid and Mastermind probably a good no, even second. I have not played against the yellow hybrid deck again with Mastermind yet. I want to see how that matchup fares, but I think Mastermind's very, very, very good, and it might even be favorable against yellow hybrid, just depending. But yeah, Imperial Dumon's the top dog. Imperial Dumont Paladin mode. If I'm not mistaken, this was a $60 secret. It's now 33. Now 30, yeah, 32. 32 bucks. This was a $60 secret. I remember this. It was like a $50 to $60 secret. Oh, the money has fallen. Creepy Mon alternate art was 35, I want to say. It was like 30 or 35. It got cut in half. The alternate art got cut in half. Artwork looks nice. Got cut in half. I mean, simple as that. Creepy Mon has fell to a $7 secret. I'm gonna not walk back my statement of what I said about Creepy Mon. I do think this is a long-term penny stock. All they have to do is give this a deck or make a great 7 Demon Lords deck, and Creepy Mon will spike in price. Right now he's sitting at about $7 to $8. I went ahead and traded for a playset. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I traded for a playset. I have my issues with this card, but my market watch brain is saying this is too good to be this low. If I'm not mistaken, this is the lowest secret in all sets. This is the lowest secret. If you picked you up a playset and held on to it, and EX03 or BT10, because we're still getting some releases from some stuff from BT10, or even BT11, if any kind of Creepy Mon support come out to where it makes it a legit deck with the 7 Demon Lords, you'll see this card spike up in price like Alpha Mon was doing. Now, it won't go as hard. It won't go as high as a price and won't spike as hard as Alpha Mon, because Alpha Mon has an entire deck. Alpha Mon has an entire fan base. Alpha Mon has an entire, just devoted cult following. Hence, the boy here is probably one of the leaders. But just Daemon itself being the most powerful of the Demon Lords, they're going to do something with this. I don't know what or when, but be prepared. This may be another Alpha Mon situation. When Alpha Mon was $11 and I told people to pick it up, because I just saw the first wave of support and say, yo, this is getting more support, pick it up. Then it went to 20. Now I say, yo, BT9, pick it up. People didn't listen. Then it went to 40. This might do that same tactic, but not as hard of a spike. This might be a $20 secret, $25 secret. Great investment in my opinion. I would say just pick up 4 in a trade and sit on it. Don't expect nothing of it. And then when you see one of my videos and be like, hey, Daemon or Creepy Mon went up to $17 because of this, then you're like, oh, instant profit. Flame Jabon alternate art. I know this was sitting at 40. It's now 27. Kari, box topper, sitting at a cool $8. I've been messing around with Mastermind, and I find Kari to be a better memory tamer than Matt. I find that Kari and Cody, those are probably the 2 tamers that you want to play. I'm also testing with Purple Mimi. So I'm putting 6 tamers up in my deck. But Kari is just so much better than Matt. because you're able to realistically get 4 memory off of it. And then if you have a Cody, you're always guaranteed 4 memory with a possibility of going to 5 during your turn. So that combination is so strong in Mastermind, because Mastermind needs all the memory it can get, because they play 4 different, they play like anywhere between 2 to 4 memory boosts, and they play like 4 health sites. So it's one of those things to where like you want to get your value off your Digimon, but you don't want to put your opponent at 7-8 memory. So having the Kari and the Cody really mitigate all that to where you can say, oh, I'm at 5 memory. Okay, my opponent don't have a memory tamer. Hard drop an Angel Woman. Put them to 1. Make sure something has minus security attack -2. And now, guess what? If you have a Lady Devilmon, you Jorgus for free at the end of your turn with a Gatomon's ability. You then go ahead and, do all your crazy shenanigans by putting 1 at the top. Go ahead and summon it. Go ahead and put 1 out. And if you didn't tap the Kari, then you can tap the Kari and put it to 0. Your turn continues. So Kari and Cody are probably the tandem to really focus on when it comes to Mastermind. I know that a lot of people are looking towards those cards for Yellow Hybrid, but I think I might go up to 7 and play like, 2 Kari, 3 Cody, and 2 Mimi. It's like the Cody being able to not only when you have during the starting your main phase, so after you're raising, when you have a Yellow Digimon, you gain the memory. So if they try to memory choke you at 1, you go to 2. If they try to give you 2, you go to 3. So it's always one of the ones to where you have a couple of memories to play with. So you can Digivolve up and without passing your turn and stuff like that. Then the Kari makes it an icing on the cake, because now you're guaranteed to go to 4 with a Yellow Digimon. So yeah, I think Kari Box Topper might go up to be a $10 card, in my opinion. Cody is pretty good. I don't necessarily know what Cody's price point is, but probably $1 or $2. Those are probably the cards. If you're gonna play Mastermind or Yellow, those are probably going to be the cards outside the TK. But even then, with TK, if you hit Purple Digimon all up in there, you pretty much have to take something, and now you're down to memory. Just remember that for TK. Oruyumon. It was 40. I think it was 40, 45. It fell a little bit. This deck is still gonna be expensive. Ryudamon was a $6 card. It hasn't fallen that much. It's only 55. Jeez Louise, Alphamon players. If you match rarity your stuff, it's gonna be. We thought Yu-Gi-Oh was bad. If you match rarity out an Alphamon deck, it's probably sitting at about $4,000. I'm not even gonna lie to you. 4K, most likely. Halsamon. Halsamon was $10, $12. Now it's sitting at about $5 or $6. Omnimon Zort Defeat is now creeping up. Altanar is creeping up back into the $74, $75 price point. Why? Alphamon plays it. Mastermon plays it. Purple plays it. Black plays it. Security Control plays it. Yeah, I've seen some yellow hybrid, some yellow Rapidmon hybrid decks play it. I don't know why. Maybe because they can just, put in security or hope they hit in security, and I don't know. I honestly don't know why they do that. But I've seen a couple of lists like why. Okay, it is what it is. But yeah. Then we got Magna Angemon, the winner of this market watch. Boy, oh boy, this card is expensive. I told you a few videos ago about the turn 2 Mastermind. You open up with this, you hatch, you Digivolve, draw a card, play this, put them 7, gain security, then they set up their board, whatever. you can then raise at your turn. You can then go, okay, I'm going to have to do this. Bam, Digivolve into Mastermind. I mean, it's a turn 2 Mastermind. Or if your opponent puts you at 3, being generous, you just go into Gatomon, Digivolve into, Lady Devilmon, and then Gatomon at the end of your turn, guess what? Free Mastermind. So turn 2, turn 3 Mastermind is not out the equation. Actually, it's the ideal situation to play Mastermind. If you don't get Mastermind out by turn 3, it's going to be a rough time, especially against Imperial Demon. If they even establish an Imperial Demon by turn 3, yeah, you're going to have a big uphill battle. You better start, stacking that bad boy on security and getting rid of it, or trying to find some way to get, deleted by reduction of DP, or, yeah, you have to play a control game. You have to grind them out, really. But a lot of people love this card. I've seen a lot of lists that don't play this card. So you don't necessarily have to play this card in order to maximize value of Mastermind. It is just a good on play that you can play Scythe, Hell Scythe to bring it out because it is 6K. So you can do something by 6K, bring it out, and then you can go ahead and recover one. I like the Angel Woman to do that. On play, get something -2 security attack, and then just say, well, you Digivolve on top of that. Guess what? You ain't checking security. I like that a little bit better. I even like playing Underworld Calling, the 4-drop that brings back a level 4. So you bring back your Gatomon for 1 cheaper. It goes off. You can Digivolve on top of it, like for Lady Devilmon or Angel Woman for 1. And then, if you got a Lady Devilmon, you can go ahead and do that whole searching thing. Discard 1 search. Like, then it gives you the ability to then Jorgus. I like that a little bit better. But yeah, you max out on those. You max out on the Hell side. Max out. It's all about this. It's all about Mastermind. And this is why this card is such a bit powerhouse. You see right here, there's 8 before it hits that $7 price point. I think it's going to be a $60 card for a very long time. As long as Mastermind is relevant, it's going to be a $60 card. Simple. The regular art was like $35 if I want to say. Let's check right now. Magna Angemon. Oh, it's 2 A's. I was like, I know I didn't spell that right. Can't spell right now. So Magna Angemon BT1 060 is sitting at want to say 50. So either you're paying $50 a piece for this card as light play. Near mint sitting at 50. There you go. $50 for a regular art. 62 for alternate art. It's from that same luxurious era of BT 1.0 and BT 1.5. Can you believe we have BT8 now? Yeah, we're like 8 sets away from that. So it's pretty much hard to find these, especially with the whole pandemic thing and everything being shorted about, 1.0, 1.5. That's why Davis climbed. That's why Ty climbed. That's why this card is climbing up. That's why the Altanar Omnimon is going back up in price to over 100. They're out of print, or they're getting out of print. They're not readily available today. Oh, you got 1.0? Call your locals. If they don't have 1.0, if they don't have 1.5, there you go. Last card on the list. Lucimon Altanar fell to $45. Very interesting that a lot of people opted not to play this card. Because you can't, Digivolve on top of it. It's one of the things where even the other Lucimon, I've seen Mastermind decks don't play the purple Lucimon, and I've seen Mastermind decks that do play the Lucimon. And both versions saw success. Mastermind is not one of them fleshed out decks to where it's like, oh, here's the, here's the list that, you can pretty much go off of. It sees success. You can tweak it how your playstyle feels about it, and you'll be fine. Now, Mastermind is all over the place. People are playing with a purple base. People playing with a yellow base. People's playing it with a split base. People's playing it with 8 rookies. People's playing it with no rookies. Like, people's playing it with like 7 tamers and 10 option cards. And some people, like, it's all over the place. Some people's playing it with I seen one person playing it with a Titanmon. Some people are playing it with I want to say it's BT4 Mastermind, BT3, BT4 Mastermind. Some people are playing it with just the Mastermind, period, just the 4 of. Some people are playing with the Phonymon Fall Down mode. Like, it's a deck that's not quite fleshed out. That's like, people are trying to figure it out. And it's hard because it is yellow. And yellow is pretty diverse on how, what kind of cards you can use and how you can play it. But then it's also purple. And purple is the most complicated color in the game. So, trust me, like, being a purple player, go ask purple players. It's not easy to just pick up purple and play purple. Like, purple, like, you have to think. Like, you have to actually think, like, chess, like, playing purple. And that's why a lot of people detour from purple. And that's why when Mastermind came out, a lot of people who played Mastermind play purple. A lot of people who play Imperiumon don't play purple. See the correlation? It's like the purple players gravitate towards Mastermind. The non-purple players really go towards, the pretty standard, kind of style of Imperiumon. Or they even go over to Yellow Hybrid because it's more of a controlling, straightforward type of thing. So, I don't think this card's going to really see the light of day in a good deck. Nope, I lied. Watch out on this channel for a purple, yellow Lord Nightmon Mastermind deck. I'm crafting something. So, without further ado, this has been a long-winded one. I'm going to just get up out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dante, and this has been another Digimon Market Watch. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.